We need to solve for x. Solve for x. So in solving for x, we have 2x to the power of 4 minus 250x goes to 0. So in many cases of solving for x, we know when you deal with algebra, you need to apply all type of methods that we know. There's factorization, and we have different types of factorization. So here we see, even if you want to try and open up two brackets, we see that we don't have a square, or maybe x raised to the power of 2. If it was so, we could try and figure out factors and open up two brackets. But there's what we call factoring method. We start with that. The highest factor we see it is 2x, isn't it? Then close bracket. If we have divided this by 2x, we are left with x to the power of 3. And if, let's say, you look into x 250 minus x, so if we divide it by 2, we're left with negative. So negative 125 into enclosed shops, therefore is equals to 0. So we know that if we have 2x in bracket multiplied by the other factor, which is 2x cubed minus 125, we can equate the factors equals to 0. As long as we have equals to 0. So if we have factors which are multiplied, they're equals to 0. So we can equate factor 2x equals to 0. And we state that all the other answer can be x cubed minus 1 to 5 equals to, it's equals to 0. It's equals to 0. We check it first here. So now we know that the first part, x is equals to 0 because we divide 0 by 2. So now the second part, we need to solve the difference between two cubes. Difference between two cubes. So we need to factorize difference between two cubes. So I hope you see here, when we say difference, we have subtraction. So we state that we need to express our equation there into two cubes. So we know that the rule state that, I don't know if you still recall this in your previous levels, 2 cubes. But if you forgot, the rule states that, I think it's there in the textbook. I wanted to check first, it's too far. Let me see if I want, let me put it here. So the difference between two cubes, let's say we have a cubed minus b cubed, it will be equals to, when we factorize, we will have a minus b. Now the other factors, a in the other bracket, it will be squared. Therefore here we'll be having plus, it will be a times b. A times b, therefore we'll have plus b squared. There's space here, let's close bracket. So that is difference between two cubes. If, let's say, we have sum between two cubes, b cubed, we'll know that here it will be a. If it was plus, there must be plus b. Therefore, a here will be squared again, but the sign here will be minus. We'll have a times b plus b to the power of 2, close shop. So that is difference between two cubes and sum between two cubes. Sum of two cubes. So I hope we see. We need to know this formula. Remember, in N4 exam 2025, November 2025 exams, we have to apply this type of problems. This type of formula to say factorization. Though when you are being assessed, you'll be assessed, you understand even difference of two cubes to apply it there. But just know that sometimes other question won't specify, because if you solve for x, we can take 125 to the other side, we'll raise it to the power of 3. So I think we'll have 5 for an example. So x will be equals to 5. So that's one solution that we get. But even if you want to get the non-real solution, if it's specified, this is how you'll do it. We need to factorize the difference between two cubes. But let me factorize it here. We'll have, so it's 5 to the power of 3, isn't it? 5 to the power of 3, it is 125. Yeah. So I have x to the power of 3 and 5 to the power of 3. Then it is equals to 0. So let us continue further with this solution. The other one we have x equals to 0. We're just getting the other solutions, real values and non-real solution. So factorization will have x minus 5 into. In the other bracket, as we stated, it will be these two multiplying each other, but x must be squared. Then we'll have plus 5x. Then 5 will be squared. What is the square? So it is 25. Close short. So it's 25. So we factorize. The formula says that it will be x in the linear, there's a linear factor, and then a quadratic factor. Let me put 0 here because there's no space there. So, but it still equals to 0. Still equals to 0. So we know that at least even this factor, we can equate it equals to 0. X is equals to 5. This is the real solution that we have. In the beginning, we should have got it here when we taken 125 to the other side. So we have x equals to 5. Now the other one, therefore, we'll have x squared plus 5x plus 25 equals to 0. So again, you'll try and use your skills of solving for x. You factorize. So try factors of 25. When you add or subtract, you'll get 5. You'll see 5 times 5 is 25, but when you subtract, it gives you 0. When you add, it gives you 10. Then it has 25 times 1. When you subtract, it gives you 24. You add, it gives you 26. Plus or minus. So which means we moved on to quadratic formula. Therefore, the final answer, getting the non-real solution, it will be this. So we know that this will be minus 5 into a square root. Therefore, we'll have 5 to the power of 2 minus 4. C, it is 25. All divided by 2 into 1. Let me put a KB here in the meantime. So if we can, so it is, you are ahead here. So it is equals to, we have negative 5 plus or minus. Inside the square root is minus 75. So we have minus 75, then all divided by 2. And then we need to leave our answer in rectangular form, the a plus b times j. So we'll say that negative 5 all divided by 2 or negative 2.5. Therefore, plus or minus. We know that square root of negative 1, it is j. And square root of 75 is, or it's just root 75. Okay, you can leave. Square root of 75 is? Okay. No. 5 squared is what? It's 25. So maybe you can try and split and having maybe 2 times 25, right? Yeah. 3 times 25. I want to express it in that way. Let me not skip this step. So plus or minus. So I'm trying to figure out the root there. So 3 times 25, it gives us 75, right? You agree? So it means that we'll have 3 root 3. Therefore, let me say 3 times, I want to put in the 5. I want you to see this in terms j, all divided by 2. I hope you still agree with me that it gives us 75. 3 times 25. So you can use your, I want to leave it in a rational form. So we know that square root of 25, it is 5, isn't it? Therefore, inside we're left with root 3, then all divided by 2, because we'll have j. You can express it in that way. So I hope it's clear that way. I want to read.